Hi guys, Jay Smith here, welcome to AskGolfNut channel and welcome to Vice Boost starter set. I don't normally do this type of equipment, but this is actually quite important for the guys who are just starting or the guys or girls who don't want to spend a lot of money on their equipment but get an amazing bargain for their money. This 10-piece set has got a driver, it has got a hybrid, it's got 6 to sand wedge, also got a putter, 10-piece set. It has a bag as well included in that, and it is £450, or even I think it's $450. So technically, because of the conversion, it's cheaper if you buy it in America. Inside here we have a carry bag and a box, always well packaged with Vice. So we have a carry bag. One thing I would say to Vice, if we're going to continue with this starter set, and you should do because this is actually very, very good, but if you could have a carry bag option as such and then also a cart bag as well, that would probably be a better idea. So inside this, you can see we have driver, we have I think it's 10.5 degrees of driver. We have the hybrid, which is 22, I think. Again, I'll get the specs up on the side of the screen if I can. And we've also got the 6, which is 26 degrees, all the way down to a sandwich, which is around about 55 or so. And of course, we have the putter as well. So this point, I would normally go and hit the 7-iron or driver on the simulator to see how well it works. However, I have done this video a little bit back to front. I've already captured the 3 different swing speeds, because we all don't swing at tour speeds, with a 7-iron and also the driver, and I've also captured the heat map data, the forgiveness data, to showcase how good a golf club is at retaining ball speed from across the face. Let's go flick over to the computer straight away and show you just how good these golf clubs are, and they are cheap, although you're probably not allowed to say cheap because it doesn't sound so good. So budget. Let's go see just how good these are. Let's go show you how good this Vice Boost starter set is, and I've compared it also a little bit later on to the VGIO2 as well, so you can see how good really this is for the price. But on the screen you can see I've got the 3 different swing speeds of the iron. We'll do the drive in a sec, but we've got the red, which is 70 miles an hour, the yellow, which is 80 miles an hour, and the blue, which is 90 miles an hour. I'll do the club head data in a second, but you go to the red first. Carry distance of 133, which is not bad whatsoever from a 70 mile an hour swing speed, peaking up at 21 yards in the air, and descent angle 39.6, very close to the 40-degree descent angle. Anything at 40 degrees will have a good chance of stopping on any green. If you go to 80 miles an hour, the yellow though carries 159 yards, peaking up at 30 yards in the air, and descent angles 45 degrees. 45 degrees is the magic number, so absolutely will stop on any green at the 80 miles an hour. If you go to the 90 miles an hour, the blue carries now 178 yards of good hits and peaking up at 38 yards in the air, which is very good, and descent angles at 49.2 degrees. Remember, this doesn't come in a 5-iron, it stops at 6-iron, but at 6-iron absolutely you'll be hitting that a fair old distance. If you go to the club head data, you got 70 miles an hour, 8.6, 90.4 within a very small amount. That's the 10 mile an hour differences. Efficiency or smash factor is bang for your buck, how much ball speed you get from your club head speed, 1.37, 1.36, 1.36. Attack angles within a very small amount, like 0.3 of a degree. Club pass within a degree or so, and face to pass within 0.1 of a degree, and loft, the all important loft, is within 0.3 of a degree of all of the 3 different swing speeds, and you've got my strike on there as well. If you are someone who prefers a graphical representation rather than streams of tabular data, the information you can see on the screen here, you can pause it if you wish and critique it. Effectively, that is all of the information just been speaking about, but in a graphical representation. So to the all-important heat maps, where we hit all over the face and see how well this works, we're going to be putting the grid information for the overlay and also the heat map grid on the screen. You can see the main grid on there. If you haven't seen this before, this is how we're looking at it face on. We've got plus 22 on the left-hand side, that is the toe. We've got the right-hand side, which is the heel, the minus 22. We've got high and low. If you don't know what the blue is, that's the turf interaction line. So effectively, if you hit a golf ball 5 or 6 millimeters higher than you really should do, then you're going to start interacting with the ground first, a fat or a chunk contact. And of course, you haven't got to worry about how efficient a golf club is high in the face when you're hitting terra firma first. But you can see the size of the green blob. It does incredibly well. You can move over to some seriously weird shots on this golf club, and it only loses a very small amount of percentage of its ball speed, hence distance. And I tell you what, this is one of the most forgiving irons I've ever tested on the database, and all this information is for my website members to see, www.askgolfnut.com, and we have 70 plus or so also irons on there ranging from direct-to-consumer manufacturers and also the premium brands as well. And this Boost Starter Set 7 iron is incredibly good. If you look at the overlay, just how big that green blob is. This is designed for a starter golfer, or at least a golfer that doesn't want to spend a lot of money on their equipment and needs a forgiving iron. And absolutely, it does an incredible job of doing it. If you go over to the silver tier, the radar chart, which is available to, again, my website members on www.askgolfnut.com, but you can see I've got the VGO2 here in the blue and I've got the Boost Starter 7 iron in the red. And you can just see how well it does off the toe strikes and heel strikes compared to the VGO2. And the VGO2 is a very good golf club in its own right. And so it's doing incredibly well, and low, it's basically neck and neck with the VGO2, and overall, it's more forgiving. Now, the big difference I would say between the VGO2, which is more their premium offering, and this is no different to a lot of other brands as well. If you go to the Boost Starter Set, it's not as springy face. The face is not as fast, and so you're going to lose a little bit of distance when you're looking at the Boost Starter Set. But again, when you're looking at what this golf club is designed for, it's designed for the golfer who's just starting golf. It hits it all over the face and needs as much help as possible. It's an incredibly good golf club. Distance potential is very similar. Spin rate and launch factor is within reason very similar as well. It's just the forgiveness level of this Boost Starter Set golf club, which is amazing. If you go over to the gold tier, this is a self-fit tool, and if I had this tool when I was custom fitting and coaching full-time, absolutely I would have saved I don't know how many breaths talking to clients and golfers about, do they need a 4 iron, do they need a 3 iron, do they need this and that, and just because I've had it for the last 20 years doesn't mean as their swing speeds decrease that they're going to have a functional flight with it. And so with this tool, you can add in your own information at the top there. I've just set it 75 miles an hour with an attack angle 1.5 degrees down and a shaft leaner 1.5 again for the members that are going to be using the self-fit tool on gold tier. If you need a hand with understanding what your numbers will be, then just pop me a message and I'll help you, no problem. But we have the 7 iron selected there between the VGO2 and the starter set. Again, you can select one of the 70 or so irons on the database to compare it against, but you have got the 4 yards or so gain that you're going to see with the VGO2 over the Boost Starter Set, and that's because of the fast face. But when you look at the forgiveness side of things, and especially what this starter set is designed for, you're going to need the forgiveness far more than you are the extra 4 yards. And of course, you can move the club head speeds around depending on if you're a faster swinger or not. And of course, if there's a 4 yard difference to 75 miles an hour, there maybe will be a fraction more difference, a bigger difference as you start getting the swing speed higher up. But it's incredibly good, this Boost Starter Set 7 iron. Let's go have a look at the driver information very quickly before we go and actually hit it into the simulator. So this information, again, 3 different swing speeds. We've got the 80, 95 and 110 miles an hour. The red is the 80 miles an hour. Have a look at that one, and carry of 176 yards, peaking up at 15 yards in the air, descent angle at 24.1 degrees. So that is coming in like a properly shallow flight. It's spinning at 1500 RPM and launching at 13 degrees. So within reason, I would absolutely say this is the only problem you're going to have with a starter set with a driver that has no adjustment whatsoever. You cannot do anything with a loft in it. It's 10.5 degrees. You really need a higher lofted driver to get the launch up and get the spin rate up, because 1500 RPM is not enough to keep the ball in the air. If you go to the 95 miles an hour, the yellow carry now is at 234 yards, which is incredibly healthy, peaking up at 27 yards in the air and descent angle at 35 degrees, which is absolutely fine. Anything under 40 degrees when you're talking about a driver, you maximize the bounce and roll for as much help in distance as possible, and it's working extremely well. And spin rate now is at 2000 RPM. It has got a little bit of wiggle room, but I would like it to be spinning around about the 2.2 mark, so just in case you do hit it slightly high in the face, you can get a bit of vertical gearing. It doesn't have that ducky kind of like fall out the sky flight. When you go to the full-on 110 miles an hour, the blue, you can see carry distance there of 266 yards, which is not bad at all. Picking up at 36 yards in the air, and descent angles now at 40 degrees, which is a lovely number to see. It's slightly higher because obviously the spin rate is slightly higher at 2.6 now, 2.575, and this is what we're going to see with this kind of golf club, where the center of gravity is not as low as it is on some of the other premium manufacturers, possibly could do with a slightly heavier weight at the bottom there. If you go to the club head speed now, you've got 80.5, 95.1 and 108.7, so I didn't quite get to the 110 or so miles an hour with the 110, but within reason, very close. Efficiencies within a smaller 1.46, 1.45, 1.43. You do lose a little bit of efficiency the faster you go. Attack angle is at 5 or so degrees. You're looking at club path slightly from the inside, and face within reason is between 0 and 1.4 open. open, but you're looking at the loft, the all-important loft, 15.3 to 15.7, 16. So there's 0.7 degree of loft. That is it between all three data sets. We are covering 30 miles an hour. And of course, you've got my strike on there as well. So with the iron working so well, let's go have a look at how the driver gets on when you put them up against the same test of the heat map. Now it's slightly different with a driver because a driver has got a curved face. It's got what they call roll and bulge, and that is designed into a driver, fairway wood and hybrid, and it's allowing the golf ball to set offline and then gear back, because the center of gravity of, say, a driver and a fairway wood is much further away, where an iron is much closer to the face. So you can't really do the same thing when it comes to the efficiency maps to see how well it works. You have to use a distance factor map, but I've captured the efficiency map anyway, just to showcase how well it works from an efficiency point of view. And you can see on the screen there, we've got the same grid. We've got a minus 30 on the right hand side, that's the heel, and a plus 30 on the left hand side, that's the toe. Again, we're looking at it as though it's face on, and we've got high and low on the face as well. And you can see there from an efficiency point of view just how good efficiencies are on a golf club. That is very true of all drivers, especially the green bob, compared to the distance factor is much bigger. Manufacturers go on a lot about the fact of how they're keeping up ball speeds across the face with these AI faces, variable face thickness, all these different technologies. And so to see a green blob this big is very common. But it's not until you go to the distance factor where you actually measure how forgiving a golf club is. When you don't hit the middle, when you hit it off the toe, hit it off the heel, hit it low on the face as well, and also high, how good does it do at trying to keep the same distance up as when you hit it in the middle? And so if you look at the distance factor map, this is the distance factor map. Yes, the green blob is decidedly smaller. This is very common and very usual. It's also common to see all the red that you see in a heel position and also low, even though on a efficiency map, the green at the bottom of the golf club is normally very good because of that curved face. You've got less loft at the bottom of the golf club, and from an efficiency point of view, how much spring does the ball speed, etc., then it always works really well off low of the face because you have less loft, less deflection. Put that to an efficiency map, great. Distance factor map, not so great. Why? Because when you launch it lower, it also increases spin, and of course that takes away the distance. And that's why you can see that the fact that this golf club absolutely loves being hit off the middle, as all golf clubs do. High on the face is also very good. Toe of the golf club is very good also, and high toe also. So if you're anywhere in that kind of quadrant, then this golf club works exceptionally well. And by green zones, comparing again to all the other drivers we've got on AskGolfNut.com, actually this extremely cheap driver does extremely well compared to even premium competition. So that is the reason why I'm so stoked about these golf clubs. £450, 10 golf clubs. Let's go get to the fun part. Let's go give them a whack. Let's go with a 7 iron first. We'll hit the driver in a sec. We'll put that golf bag down there, so hopefully don't hit it. When it comes to design of aesthetics, Vice didn't really care too much because some people are going to love this golf club because of the looks of it, confidence spiral we'll call it, and some people really won't. This has got a medium thick top line. We do have a massive undercut cavity. There is a big lump behind that. How that's going to be when it comes to trying to clear out dirt, I don't know, but there you go. We have a huge sole. This is a decent sized sole. Remember, this is a game improvement iron for the starter golfer, or at least the golfer who wants a little bit more budget when it comes to their choice of golf clubs. And we do have a fair, decent size of offset. If you go down by the golf ball, you can really see the size of offset there, which is a little bit on the distracting side for me, who doesn't play massively offset irons. We are at hole about 170 yards or so away, but we do have water to go over for a bit of fun, because of obviously it's YouTube and we like having water to go over. Right, let's go give this one a hit and we'll go see how well these work from a point of view of feel and into a green. Well, feels nice-ish. I've got enough guns. There's me worrying about the water. Shouldn't be worrying at all. Club head speed 91 miles an hour. Club path slightly across and face fractionally open. That is it by basically zero. We've got a slightly low strike on the face, 1mm heel, but 5mm low. Not bad, really. Can't complain at all. 3.9 yards offline, 177 yards of carry. So yeah, I've got plenty of guns. But then this green is set that you do not mess with this pin, because again, no one likes going in the drink. We are going 37.5 yards in the air and 49 degrees descent angle. So it's worth working really well when it comes to it coming into a green with some stopping power as well. Feel though is a little bit, it's not bad, but you can absolutely tell this is a game improvement iron. It does have a little bit more of a punchy, raw feeling to it. No softness, no dull, no dead, no forged feeling or anything else like that. This is unashamedly just game improvement, and there you go. A few more hits of these and we'll go to the driver, but first one, very good. Oh, handoff moment. That's slightly low on the face. As you can see, not much in the way of drop distance considering how bad that was. And there you go, 9mm low, 4mm heel. Yeah, that was not necessarily the greatest. 90 miles an hour clubhead speed. We are, club path is 0, face is slightly closed, that's one fraction left, but 6.9 yards is not bad whatsoever. It's gone 170 yards, so for that slightly awry strike, should we say, we lost about 7 yards or so, but it's a slightly slower swing as well. 31 yards in the air, 46 degrees, so even if we hit low on the face, which generally speaking will lose a little bit of peak height, a little bit of gearing, etc., launch the golf ball a little bit lower, it's still more than stopping. Feel definitely is a little bit game improvement, we'll call it, but then again, that was nearly double digits low on the face. Give it another go, because that wasn't the greatest strike in the world. Much better job, and it's doing a much more normal thing. That's nearly hitting target. Clubhead speed's back up again now, 91 miles an hour, club path is good, face is fractionally open, 2mm low, 5mm heel, decent strike again, thank you, we are back somewhere near the middle, but we are going 37.5 yards in the air again, and 49.3 degrees descent angle, and a slightly faster swing speed, we're going 175, so within reason, 175 would be the average I would see with this 7-iron, but you can already see, if you hit it slightly low, and also from the heat maps before, you can hit some weird and wonderful parts, and it just does really, really well at keeping ball speed and therefore distance up all over the face. Right, let's go put the 7-iron away. Let's go get to the driver. Let's go hit that down the fairway a few times, and let's go see how the new driver feels. Now back with the driver, as you can see, we've got the head cover on. The hybrid and also the putter have head covers. The putter head cover does look and feel quite nice. The driver and the hybrid head cover a little bit thin. I mean, they look fake leather and they'll hold up fine, but then again, this is a very budget set. So the driver, 10.5 degrees, absolutely fixed, no bells and whistles, no carbon, no movable weights, no real tech whatsoever. Yes, it does mean that there could be a slight with the center of gravity of this golf club, could do with a slightly larger back weight to get that CG a little bit lower. It has a tendency in its behavior to launch fractionally low and then spin fractionally high, but I mean, it's very, very small amounts. Really a very, very good driver considering how much this costs. This is a Vice shaft, it's a regular shaft, it is fairly bendy, but we have got limited tech. Let's go give it a hit down this fairway. As you can see, the fairway is down there, but I'm aiming hopefully in the middle and we'll go somewhere close to where we need to be. You can see there's a very shiny crown on the top of the golf ball. Go give it a hit and see how it feels. Now you want to have that one back. That is flushed down the middle. Get down there, ball. That feels properly solid, like a really nice feeling club. Clubhead speed's 109 miles an hour, club path, face of path, very 0-0, can't complain at all, really decent. Slightly toey hit, 12mm toe, 2mm low, but it's going 277 yards of carry. That's not bad at all, 299, nearly got to the 300. It is a very solid feeling golf club, like a properly nice feeling golf club. Considering how cheap this is, budget. Can't call it cheap, budget. How budget orientated this golf club is. How budget orientated the entire set is. A bag, 10 golf clubs for £450. Heck, for some premium manufacturers, £450 won't even buy you this thing. And this does within reason, as you saw from the heat maps. Basically, everything that some premium manufacturers do. It's mental. It's a bit whippy, yeah, and I would like Vice, if they could do, to offer a stiff version of something for the people that want a slightly firmer or a more stable feel. But this works really well, and by the heat maps you can see, it's a pretty decent driver. It's probably, the iron is probably the most impressive of the lot, but this, considering it's so cheap, budget, it's amazing. It really is. Give this one another go and see if I can hit the fairway. It's just good. It really is just good. I really can't complain. It wasn't the greatest strike in the world, but I really can't complain. There you go, club head speed, 109.3 miles an hour. Path wasn't brilliant, 2.7 across, faces 0, 16 millimeters toe, 7 mil low. So the strike, as you can see, wasn't good at all. However, we've lost, what, 12 or so, 13 yards of distance from that kind of strike. That is not middle at all. It's 10.9 yards offline when you hit it from there. It's just good. It really, really is. Where's that ball gone? Found the ball. It went for a run. One last one. It's really very, very good, this driver. This whole set is just really good. I'm struggling. The problem is Vice have done themselves a disservice now because obviously they offer the VGIO 2 and the VGIO 1. Now, apart from looking completely different to the Boost, why would you want to buy them when you can buy that? It's more forgiving. They're more premium. Heck, that 7-iron of the Boost is possibly more forgiving than a lot of golf clubs that I've tested. It's mental. One last one. I do like hitting this driver. It's just, oh, dearie me. It's just really good. Like properly good. Again, not middle, club head speed 108.8, face to path is slightly close, that's why it's gone left by 11 yards or so, that is it. 11 mil toe, 2 mil low, so it's not the middle again. 270 yards of carry, 36 yards in the air, 41 degrees of centering off. That's going 290 yards in total from a golf club, which, if you go premium, guys, I'm not saying it, the problem you're going to have with these, let's be absolutely completely and open and honest. Custom fit is out the window completely. You are not going to get custom fit for these golf clubs. They're going to be cast, you cannot bend the lie, can't bend the loft, can't do anything. When it comes to the shafts, you are absolutely set with whatever the shafts there are. And I don't know what they are, but they're going to be fairly cheap, but budget options, and grips no different. Remember, this is basically a tall velvet grip anyway. But for what you get, if you are a golfer who's just started out, or someone who doesn't want to spend a boatload of money on your golf equipment, you cannot beat that. That is just ridiculous. You get the bag, you get a 10-piece golf set, driver, hybrid, 6-to sandwich, and a putter for £450, $450. Vice, you have done exceptionally well. I am very, very impressed. Hope you liked the video. If you did, go and give it a big old thumbs up. Hit that like button. YouTube likes, so do I. Down there also is the most important button. It's the subscribe button. If you could subscribe, that is brilliant because it's free and it's great for the channel if you could do. And next to that one is a bell icon. That's a notification bell. If you click that one, that will notify you next time I upload another video. Hope you're well. See you again soon.